Picture this. You have spent many, many years in a fast-paced city, and that is exactly the case for David and Linda today. They are coming from Dallas, Texas, and they are ready for something different. They are dreaming of cooler summers and mountain views out every window and a small town where they really feel at home and people say hello to each other. And that is why Dave and Linda are coming to Waynesville, North Carolina, just outside of Asheville. And today we are going to find them their perfect place. We're going to tour 2 different homes, which are a little bit different, have different amenities. So you're going to want to stay tuned, especially if you are thinking about moving to Western North Carolina, because it's going to be interesting. Why are Dave and Linda choosing Waynesville, North Carolina? That's a very good question, and it's useful for you to know too, especially if you're thinking about moving to Western North Carolina, which is what we do, is we help people move. So reach out any of the ways down below if that is you, and we'd be glad to help you. Why are they thinking about moving to Waynesville? Because it has that small town feel that they really want. They're coming from a big city. They're coming from Dallas, Texas, y'all. And they are tired of the heat and the congestion and the big city life and just the rock and roll nature of it. They want to settle down, but they're not quite ready yet because they are still waiting to fully retire. So it's coming. It's coming in the next 7 years. They want to be close to a city. They are going to be close to Asheville, but they want to be surrounded by nature. And Waynesville has about 10,000 people in it, so it's not super massive, which is perfect for the speed of life that they are aspiring to right now. They love to hike, they love to garden, they love to be outside, and they like to hang out with people. They like people. And there's a lot of people from other places here, so it's not going to be as difficult to get to know people. Everybody wants to get to know people here, which is perfect. Some other reasons they are going to love it here is the cooler climate. As you can expect, they get 4 really great seasons, and it's close to the airport, so they can get in and out easily of Asheville. There's other airports in the region too, but Asheville's going to be the easiest and the closest one, and they can enjoy the culture of Asheville whenever they want to pop into town and get all that. Their budget is somewhere between $750 and $850. Of course, they'd like to spend on the lesser amount, but if there's some ease and convenience to a higher price point, they are also willing for that. Can we do it? Of course we can do it. We got this, y'all. Let's talk about what Dave and Linda are looking for, because they got a tall order, but also it's totally feasible in Waynesville. So they are coming from Dallas, Texas, as we know, and they are getting ready to retire. So they want to make sure that they can use this property as some sort of income producing property or rental when they are not in town, but also have it be their dream retirement property too. So they're looking for something picturesque, something like a cabin with views or on a river, because one loves views, one loves the river. So we got to make everybody happy, or maybe there's a compromise in the middle, which normally is the case. They want it to be updated. They don't want to have to come in and do a lot of work to the cabin that they end up with, and they want about 1 acre or 2 acres with about 3 bedrooms. They will go for 2, but they would really prefer 3 so they can have visitors and guests, and also if they use it as a short-term rental, be able to put many people in there. So like a whole family or 2 families could come and stay there. That will increase the revenue that they will earn from the short-term rental. Now, they don't want steep hills. They don't want hard driveways. Sometimes you can find that in mountainous areas, and that's one of the benefits about putting them in Waynesville, is that there are lots of different communities here that do not have steep driveways and still have that beautiful mountain feel that they are looking for. Dave is a chef. He loves to garden and cook. So it's really important for him that the kitchen be outfitted and beautiful, or that he can do some work to the kitchen to make it his masterpiece. And that he wants to have a garden plot that gets enough sun that he can grow fruits and vegetables to create his unique expressions with food. Linda, she has a unique hobby. I've never had this before. This is so cool. She loves to create, how do you do it? Model trains. And so she needs a space that is big enough for her to sprawl out and have her model trains there. Otherwise, she's not too worried. She will probably still freelance as a graphic designer when she gets here, so internet's important for her. Cell phone service, things like that are important for them. They want a sense of community. They don't want to be too far out of town. They want to be 20 minutes max from the town of Waynesville. Beyond that, they are easy peasy pumpkin pie. They don't have any animals or anything like that to think about. They just want to relax, have a slower pace of life, and Waynesville is going to suit them perfectly. So you are going to help us find their perfect spot. So we are going to vote down below in just a little bit and go tour these homes for them. We're going to show 2 homes with a little bit of a different price point, a little bit of a different feature for each one, but they both have the magic that Waynesville offers. So let's hit it. are at house number 1. I think Dave and Linda are gonna freak out a little bit. I mean, look behind me. What? This is why they're coming to the mountains anyway, for the climate. We got a little bit of a cool breeze happening. We got views for miles and miles. We are surrounded by what feels like forest and nature and singing birds. It's absolutely delightful here. You feel like you're a world away, but you're really close to town too. So let's go inside and check it out. It's adorable. Okay, we'll be coming around the mountain. Look at this kitchen. Wow, now this is a long galley kitchen right here, but also open. So Dave might really like this, wanting to cook. He might want to put in some gas, a gas stove right there. But look at this huge, I guess they call this like a breakfast bar, but the amount of counter space you have here is like tremendously amplified. They have new granite right here, wood cabinets that kind of match the rest of the home. Here's your dining room area, and check out these spiral staircases. They go all the way up into a loft and then all the way downstairs, which we'll see in a minute. Now that might be difficult for people who are thinking about retiring and like navigating spiral staircases all the time, and it looks like this could be. Now don't take my word for it because I'm not an elevator engineer, but what if you could put in a really cool glass front elevator right there? Okay, look at these views. Wow, for miles and miles. And you have a wood burning stove right here. I can't imagine a more cozy situation. Now, if you look behind me, hopefully you can see this, there's a new house being built right there, which I can imagine they would want to build right there because it is an absolutely gorgeous view. And then, so that'll be done pretty soon. Then you have a cul-de-sac, and on this cul-de-sac, there are only 2 homes, this one and one other. So it's not like you're gonna be getting through traffic through here. It's gonna be really, really quiet and private. Now, let's check out the bedrooms because I wanna take you over here first to the smaller ones because here we have some lovely tile work on the floor. We have a small office back in here. It could be an office or a kid's room. It's a smaller bedroom, absolutely. We've got another one right over here. A little bit darker, but you do have that beautiful view out of the front, which you have almost out of every window in this home. You have a full bath here with a walk-in shower, which is easy. It has some benches. Peekaboo. Heading out, so that's right on the main level. And that's the gorgeous thing about this home is that most everything that you actually need or that Dave and Linda would actually need is all located on this main level. There's only a loft upstairs and then you'll see what's downstairs too. Here is the primary bedroom. Now it is electric blue in here. Now that is an interesting choice. They must have liked that. But yeah, that's so easily, you can change those things so easily if you don't like it. Now what's beautiful here is if I locked myself out in. I locked myself in. You have access to your own private porch. They've decided not to include it. So right here, right off the primary bedroom, you have your own private walled little deck area, which is awesome. This is the primary bathroom. You know what I love? I love they have 2 sinks in here, but the sinks are not together, y'all. So check this out. So you're not like vying for space. You got your own space. And if you need to do something like that's a little bit more private in the mirror, nobody's looking at you. Now look at this jacuzzi tub. I absolutely love this with a seat. Holy macaroni, I gotta hop in there and see what that's like. This has a whole seat up here. I guess that's if you get too warm or if you need to shave your legs or something. But there's jets and everything in this. This is massive and really cool. Look, you have a bear crossing in the bathroom just in case. We want to be bear safe and aware everywhere. Everywhere, bear aware. Okay, coming upstairs to the loft. Now I know this is unusual, but Linda loves model trains. And so she would love a large space to be able to set up these trains, which is awesome. You have skylights up here. This is so light and bright. This is a huge bonus space up here, and you get the mountain views to boot. You could even make it into a guest bedroom if you wanted, and not a ton of privacy. Or just like a reading nook. That's what I love. I love reading nooks. You know what else I love? Small doors. Look at this small door option. That is tons of storage. You know who would love to crawl back in there? Small children. They keep you alive, right? Like tiny kids, they keep the wonder of life going. You always forget. You're like, what could I do with that space? Well, I could crawl in there and make a whole game of imagination in there. Okay, let's head back down. I want to show you what is down on the bottom level because it has a whole other opportunity for potential income or guest space. We made it down the spiral staircase. Yeah, that would be cool to have an elevator right there. I mean, it's not massive. I like it. But look, here's a whole downstairs area. This could be like a little living room. You have huge windows right here, which you normally never see on a lower level. So that is awesome. You have the same view that you have upstairs pretty much. And looky here. You have your own entrance from the driveway and your own like little private porch with a swing. Eek! So think about your guests if they came to visit. This home comes with covenant and restrictions. There is an HOA. Dave and Linda might want to think about what restrictions they're open to if they even want to try to Airbnb or short-term rent this, because there is a whole kitchen downstairs that is absolutely laid out. I mean, you do not have a stove or an oven, so it's not like you're going to be staying here long term unless you put it in somewhere in there. This looks like it could be guest quarters, like luxury guest quarters, I would say, or it could be for a 2 to 5 day short-term stay for people. So we would help you check out those CCRs and make sure if that is in the cards for them and they wanted to have some extra income potential, then we'll make sure that you're able to do that. So reach out any of the ways down below if you are thinking about moving to Western North Carolina, and we'll be glad to hook you up with all the information you need for your goals. So let's see what else is down here, because here's a bathroom. Here's a full bathroom. So yeah, you have full guest quarters down here and another mini door. Oh my God, there was a hobbit in there. Did you see the hobbit? I couldn't believe it. Y'all just have to take my word for it. And then guess what? Let's go through here, because this could be totally closed off to the upstairs. Dave and Linda could enter here. They could leave their cars here when they weren't here, because guests would not need this area. And you have a 2-car garage. I just can't get over those mountain views, y'all. This is awesome. Now there's a ramp coming all the way down out the backyard into this beautiful garden space. You've got some tread right here, some stonework. Now Dave's gonna freak out, because remember, he's a chef and he loves to grow food. And so here you have these raised flower beds already. It's kind of like this house was prepared for them, wasn't it? This is awesome. So this whole like little area of the backyard is fenced in. It's kind of level too, and you could even expand. So you're gonna get some sun right here. Now, what's great about this house is if we look over here, you're gonna see that this whole house has solar panels on it, which sometimes when you're in mountainous areas and you have too much shade, it doesn't work, but here it works, which is awesome. You also have a whole house Generac generator. So if you were to lose power in a storm or something like that, you would be backed up. So that's great for Linda in her graphic design business, because it needs to be online. She needs to be able to upload. Now, if we walk through here, you have so many little zones in this house. Now, here are the solar panels. You have access to energy all the time, and then with a backup generator you are good to golden. Here's a fire pit area with a big long bench. I can imagine sitting here looking out over the view, having a tea or a wine at the end of the day. There are so many viewing areas. There's like layers and layers of benches and seating areas. It's absolutely breathtaking. The beautiful landscaping and mountain views, log cabin behind me. I think they're really gonna dig this. This doesn't have a lot that wouldn't really suit them that I can see. Now this comes in at the lower part of their price range, which is even better, right? This comes in at $750,000. So I'm curious what you all think. Vote down below and let me know, depending on what we know so far about Dave and Linda, if you think this would be a good fit for them, because we're looking pretty right here, I think. Look at this, y'all. There's even a little greenhouse back here for Dave. He can put his starters back here. I love that. He's gonna be thrilled with that. It is wild how this house is already set up for them, isn't it? Here we go, y'all. House number 2 for Dave and Linda. Let's head on in. This is so cute. The road up is very easy as well, as was the last one. Now this one comes in at 1,900 square feet. The last one is 2,700 square feet. But remember, it has all those layers, right? So let's head in. Now this is a little bit different because guess what? It's fully furnished and comes turnkey. Wow, this house smells so good. It smells like a spa too. I love it. Now this has been fully operational as a short-term rental, as you can see. So everything is already set up. So Dave and Linda could just move right in. They don't have to think about a thing. Everything is updated. It's beautifully decorated. Look at this kitchen. You already have gas, Dave. You don't have to do a thing, y'all. Now, the living room is beautiful too. Let's head on in. These huge, huge sofas and a gas fireplace. You just flip a switch. I love it. Now, I'd be relaxing everywhere right here, reading books in the cozy winter. Now, there's one thing about this house that is very different than the other house that we saw. This home has something really unique in the back. And guess what it is? It's not a mountain view. I'm not going to tell you yet because that's what I do. First of all, let's check out this little bedroom over here. Actually, it's not that little, is it? It's a king-size bed, y'all. This is gorgeous. Now, it's coming right, you can see the back deck right here. Now, you are backing up to another mountain right over there, which we'll see in just a minute. And you have your own bathroom with a sliding barn door. And you can walk right in, y'all. Dave and Linda can just walk right into their shower. And they have a little sit down right there, a bowl of sink. I love it. It's super cute. Now, I love this house already because it has a rustic cabin feel, but it's updated. It doesn't feel like dusty and old. This was built in 2009, so it's not that old. Let's go this way. What? You're walking right through the bathroom. So there's a little Jack and Jill bathroom. From the hallway to this bedroom, you have another little bedroom here. So this house has a lot of space to house a lot of guests. So if they wanted to use it as a rental, as it is right now, there is not a thing they have to think about. There is not a thing they have to buy. It already sleeps 10 people. But where? Where are all these bedrooms? Let's go upstairs and see what's up there. I am totally digging the open nature of this luxury cabin because there's so much light and you really feel like you're in the woods. Everything's very well thought out too. Oh my goodness, this is totally outfitted. What is this, air ping table? What's this called? Airball? Look at all these beds up here. You know who would love this? Grandkids. This is so awesome. You all get to bunk together. And there's a little seating area here where you could do your family meetings. You're like, listen, You'd like, listen, circle up everybody. We got to talk about it. Somebody didn't do the dishes. And look, there's Pac-Man over here. They have Pac-Man games. How do you do that? Let's see if you can make it start game. So smart to have it in an Airbnb. So one of the things that you want to think about, I died. One of the things that you want to think about when you are outfitting an Airbnb is you don't only want to just have a house that you just make into an Airbnb. You want to create an experience if you want to generate revenue. Which, why would you do it if you didn't want to do that? You want to have people remember your short-term rental as one of the most fabulous experiences of their life. So if you're going to do something, do it right. So for Dave and Linda, this would make a lot of sense because they don't plan on moving to the area for the next 7 years. And this is already set up as a business. So for the most part, if they do it correctly, they could probably cover the expense of their mortgage when they're not on the property, and then they would be able to come and stay and make it their own slowly and surely. How cool would that be? There's a whole downstairs to this property we're going to see, and then there's a big attraction in the backyard that you're not going to want to miss because it's super cool and it's right up my alley. Here we have the lower level. It is nice and cool down here. I'm totally digging it, and this is like a whole movie TV room. Look at how big this couch is. They love big couches here, don't they? It's like you could just sleep anywhere. Here we go. There's another whole bedroom down here, y'all. Look. And it has high ceilings, even though it's on the lower level. And an exercise bike. You could come on vacation and you can still exercise. Can I do this? No, I'm not a big biker. Thanks. Now I'm out of breath. Now look, there's a bathroom in here. So you know what I would be doing if this was me staying here? I would be staying down here while I would put all the restless hooligan children upstairs, and this would be for the parents. So you can come down here at night, just lock them up, hope they don't run away, and have your own like little movie night, and have your own bedroom and space. And then guess what's out here? Here's a deck. This is the lower level deck. There's a deck higher, but look what's down here. My goodness, it is a fire pit for 4,000 people. I cannot believe it. Now, yeah, it's gorgeous. The stonework down here is absolutely gorgeous. And I hear something in the background. Do you know what it is? Your very own massive water feature called a river. Now I saw tubes in the garage in there too, y'all. So you could tube down this river. You could take out right here at your bungalow house, cabin. What else do you need when you're thinking about retiring or when you're thinking about a short-term rental experience? This has everything. I can imagine Dave and Lisa having company over here once they retire, and they are just living large. They are enjoying it because they can be outside all year long, not like Dallas, where they are probably stuffy and really hot. This would be fabulous for creating the lifestyle that they're looking for. If you're thinking about moving to Western North Carolina and you want some guidance on your way, you can watch all these videos, but you can also reach out to us down below and we'll help guide you on your path so that you can get in alignment with the perfect place for you. I want to head down to this river on this beautiful stone pathway and dip my toes in it. Do y'all want to? I wonder if it's chilly. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh my goodness, there's another fire pit down here. Imagine all the work that went into creating this pathway, this stone pathway. We have made it all the way down here, and look at this. You have your own private beach. Yes, we have beaches in Western North Carolina. I cannot believe it. This is incredible. Now, what's beautiful about this river is that you have some noise of like little rapids, but it's not massive. And I am looking around to see how big the river gets. Sometimes you can tell by the downed trees, and it looks like it didn't have that much damage when we had the flooding here, from what I can see. Now, a lot of things have grown back up, but I see big trees all around. Now, where are we right now? We are at the middle of June right now, and the weather's absolutely perfect. We're getting some afternoon rain showers because it's getting warmer. But man, you can be out in nature every single day, and it is so comfortable right now. But this sure does feel good. One of the things that I love about Western North Carolina is the ability to access nature immediately. It is right outside your back door. There are homes that have trails where you can just walk out your back door, you just keep going. So let's compare these two beautiful homes because they have very different aspects to each one. The first one that we looked at is on 1 acre. It has 2,700 square feet total. It has that area downstairs that could be rented separately, so you have 2 opportunities to rent it probably. Now this home is officially 2 bedrooms, right? But you can sleep quite a lot of people. And it is on 1.21 acres, so a little bit more land. It doesn't have those long-range mountain views, but it does have a beautiful river down below. So if you want to have a little bit more income and have something fully furnished too, then this would be a really good opportunity for Dave and Linda to have some buffer over those 7 years until they wait to retire, earning lots of income from that too. So it makes sense, but they don't have those long range views. And I know Dave wanted the views, Linda likes water. It's a toss-up. Who's gonna win? Vote down below. Let us know what you think would be a better fit for them, considering everything they need, from a garage, which this has, from bonus rooms, which this has, and from just keeping that perspective of it's going to be 7 years before they actually get here full time. Now, you may be wondering why I'm saying this home only has 2 bedrooms when it sleeps 10 people, right? I mean, that's a big, huge difference. And we saw the loft and we saw the bedroom downstairs. What it is in North Carolina, when you have a septic system and it's only rated for 2 bedrooms, when you have a listing, you can only list it for 2 bedrooms. Why would they put in a 2-bedroom septic system on a home that's much larger and can actually have many more occupants than that's listed? Sometimes it depends. There's a steep slope right here. It's not a steep slope grade, but it is quite a hill right there. And they may have had to use an alternative septic system for this space, which may not have allowed for 3 bedrooms. We don't know until we dig a little deeper. And that's what we can do for you. With this property, you can sleep up to 10 people, which is great for Dave and Linda because if they want to use it as a short-term rental. But it is only listed on the MLS for 2 bedrooms. When you're buying a home or a cabin or a bungalow, what have you, as a second home and you're planning on retiring there later, it's easy to get swept up in the beauty of it all, right? You see the views and you see, I'm going to go over this cute little bridge to get to the property and it's going to be adorable over the river and all this stuff. And then down the road, all that rustic charm becomes a little bit more stressful when you actually have to live there through all the seasons, and maybe you get a little bit of snow, or maybe you get some flooding sometimes, or if it's an old rustic place, it starts kind of falling apart because it was built over 100 years ago, but it's so gorgeous. But now you have the bogglement, the bogged downness of maintaining all that. So when you're looking at these places, not only do you want to make sure that the ambiance feels right for you, you want to make sure that the house is in really good condition, of course. And we can help you through that whole process. Because you don't want to be stressed out if it starts raining, right? You want to be able to relax and enjoy your time on the front porch and not be like, oh my God, what's going to happen? Especially if this is going to be your full-time home down the road and not just an investment property. You want to think about things like cell phone service and internet, right? Especially if you need to work from home and be connected like all of us want these days, because we're more reliable on it now than ever. So these things can make a big difference in your experience. So it's important to know what's available, when it's available, and the stress that you might need to incur later on. So that's the journey for folks like Dave and Linda, finding the cabin that will work both for them now, for their second home, and an investment property later on. If that's where you are in your chapter, feel free to reach out any of the ways down below. If you're just thinking about moving to Western North Carolina in general, we have a ton of videos, so check out this playlist right here to learn more about Western North Carolina in general, in Asheville. Until then, ciao for now.